Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayana Namaskritya Naracheva Narottam, Devim Sarasatim Vyasam, Tato Jayamudire, Nashta Pradeshu Bhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavad-gita Sukhe, Bhaktir Bhagavinashiki, Krishne Swadamo Bhajate, Dharma Jnana Divisaha, Kaladasha Dishamesha Purana Kadunodita, Sarvadanta Sarami, Sri Bhagavatamishate, Tatra Samrita Nanyatrasya Pratikvache, Krishna Surya Bhagavata Sarvasraya, Pratishloke Pratyakshare Nanarthakaya, Premaya Bhagavata Krishna Sriyanga, Tate Gainayata Govya Krishna Ranga. Srimad Bhagavatam Granth Raj ki Jai, Shukadeva Goswami Pad ki Jai, Krishna Maharaj ki Jai, Vyasmuni ki Jai, Saraswati Maharani ki Jai, Krishna Sagarati Thakur ki Jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So, I think we're on page 89, I think so. See what you think. That's what it is. 89. 89. Yes. Chapter 4, I guess.
Yes.
Chapter 4. Third Canto, Chapter 4, verse 29. This is Saturday, Srimad Bhagavatam class, February, 15th, 2025. We're on Third Canto Bhagavatam, Chapter 4, verse 29. The chapter title is Departure of Uddhava. Uddhava is going to go to Ashram and give some Harikatha to Narayana Rishi, and then leave his body and go to Vaikuntha. And at this juncture of the story, Uddhava is spending the night and on the bank of the Yamuna. It's not really clear where, maybe somewhere in Gurugram, which is in Haryana, in the area of Delhi, on the way to Rishikesh and Hardwar and Bajinath. So Uddhava and Vidura, the brother of Dhritarashtra, are meeting together on the banks of Yamuna. And this is where we are here, verse 29. Read the Sanskrit.
Sri Shukavacha Brahma Shapa Pradeshena Kale Namo Ghavanchita Samritya Svakulam Sphitam Tyakshan Deham Na Chintayat.
Sri Goswami said to Krishna,
using the excuse of Brahmana's curse, Krishna, whose desire cannot be thwarted by time, thought of withdrawing his flourishing dynasty and separating himself from his Narayana form, which had merged into him when he appeared on earth.
And then in this Vishnu's commentary, in the second paragraph, last sentence, says in this verse, the fourth line of this verse says, Chakyan Deham, which means that Krishna gave up a body and died. Is this possible? No. So Mahavira Purana says that Krishna's body is made of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Every single form of Krishna is eternal, appearing constantly within the material world with bodies of Paramatma without any destructive elements made of Prakriti. I don't really know what that translation means. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, basically the point that's true in this verse, Sarve Nitya Shashvatas Deha. This Paramatma thing, I don't know what that's all about. But the idea, the important idea of this verse is that the Deha, the bodies, of all the bodies of Bhagavan and all the different ages and different forms are eternal. So he's eternally 2 years old, eternally stealing butter, eternally dancing with girls, eternally busting head of Agasura at 6, 7 years old. All these forms and different places in Brajmandal are eternal. The pastimes are also eternal. That's the point to understand from this verse. And he quotes many commentaries in the verses in his commentary to establish this point. Page 92. The most important part of this verse is quotes the famous verse to establish the eternal presence of Krishna in Vrindavan. It means this Boma Vrindavan. Anywhere where Krishna appears in the earth planet is called Boma Vrindavan. And this verse from the last chapter of the 10th canto, 90th chapter, verse 48, says, Jayati Jananivasa Devaki Jamavado. So the most important line here is the first line. Jayati is a verb, and it's in the present tense. So it says, Jananivasa means he lives. Krishna, Devaki Jamavado. He was born from the womb of Devaki and Mathura, Sri Krishna. He lives eternally in Vrindavan. Devaki is a tricky name because Devaki is the name of Vasudeva's wife, and Devaki is the name of Nandaraj's wife also, because there are shastras which are quoted in the Bhagavatam BBT commentary. On 10th canto about the birth of Krishna, it says that Devaki is a second name for Yashoda. It says Yashoda Dvi Namni. One name is Devaki. So Devaki is Vasudeva's wife, that's true. Devaki is also the mother, there's another name for Yashoda. So Yashoda and Gokul is the mother of Gokul Krishna. And Devaki and Mathura is the mother of Vasudeva Krishna. Two different Krishnas. That makes it interesting. So that's the thing. There are many statements in Shruti and Smriti which shows that Krishna has an eternal form. Last lines of the paragraph. When Krishna appeared, Narayan came from Vaikuntha and entered into Krishna's form. When Krishna killed the different demons in Vrindavan, who killed the demons?
Narayana. Vishnu.
Well, it looks like Krishna to me.
Vishnu inside Krishna.
Narayan's inside Krishna. Who lives to go around hell? Krishna and Narayan.
Narayana.
You see paintings, all paintings of four-armed guy lifting up, go around hell.
No. Inside.
They do. All paintings. There's one guy with his finger one arm like this, and 3 arms just there. Because the idea is, anything Aishwarya is done in Vrindavan is done by, not everything, but killing demons is done by Narayan. Expanding himself to eat all the cowboys. When Krishna eats with the cowboys, what do the cowboys think?
He's with themselves. He's with it.
There's thousands of cowboys. They're all eating with Krishna. They all think of Krishna as sitting in front of me alone, eating. That's the great Aishwarya. Krishna expands himself into thousands of forms, but they're all Madhurya Rupams of Sakyarati. They're not Narayan. So this is what he's saying here. The Shrutis and Smritis prove that Krishna. So now Narayan has left Krishna's form and gone back to Vaikuntha. Chaksyan means to renounce. Okay. Now next verse takes 30. Read the Sanskrit.
अस्मालोकात् उपरते मयि ज्ञानं मदाश्रयम् अर्हत्युद्धव एवाद्ध सम्प्रत्यात्मागतम् आत्मवतां वरम्.
So
when I leave this planet, Uddhava, the best among those who take me as their master, will be qualified to impart knowledge about me.
So let's see the BBT commentary on this one. Where they have this thing. Wow, 448. So, what they say. So this, who's speaking this verse?
Krishna. Krishna.
What?
Krishna.
Where are you speaking? Prabhupada Sattva. So Uddhava, listen to me. I'm going to leave the vision of the mundane material world. And you, Uddhava, are my foremost authority, and you will be directly entrusted with knowledge about me. Prabhupada's commentary. This is one of the reasons why Uddhava was directed by Krishna to go to Badrigasham, where Krishna himself is personally present in the form of Narayan. One who is transcendently advanced can gain direct inspiration from the temple Vigraha, and thus a devotee of Krishna is always takes shelter of a recognized temple of Krishna in order to make tangible advancement in transcendental knowledge by the grace of Krishna. That's very interesting purport, right? Because it's somehow Prabhupada saw, I don't know whose commentary it is, it was some acharya, but it's not saying, and I don't know myself. So it's Prabhupada's commentary on Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter 4, verse 20,
30.
verse 30. Because Prabhupada saw in this verse that Krishna is telling Uddhava to become a murti of me. And become a murti of me and go show my murti to Narayan Rishi and speak my teachings to the people that see you or meet you. So that's why, if you wonder how the analogy works, it works like this. So the murti in the temple is like Uddhava. And we're the Narayan Rishi, we're the Nara, we're the human beings meeting Uddhava, who is an expansion of Krishna, the Murti, Archamurti avatar. So this is an interesting angle that Prabhupada saw, that you just as Narayan Rishi got inspiration in Bhakti, got knowledge of Bhakti, 11th Canto knowledge specifically, all Uddhava Gita that was spoken by Krishna Uddhava. Uddhava himself later spoke that knowledge to Narayan Rishi. So what Prabhupada is saying, you can go to a Murti of Radha Raman or Banga Vihari, or Radha Vallabha in Vrindavan, or your own Murti in your house, and they can speak 11th Canto to you. Or they can give you transcendental knowledge. As Uddhava, as a Murti of Krishna, gave transcendental knowledge. You get it? You see it? So I think this is very, because these kind of things really stick out in the commentary. It's more in the commentary, but it didn't impress me with the mystical aspect of this. That it looks like a piece of marble or a piece of wood, Dara Brahman or Astadhatu, but actually it's directly Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Prabhupada says, Murti. One who's transcendently advanced can get direct inspiration from the temple Vigraha. So, you're never alone. If you're alone, get a Murti of Giriraj and marry him. He'll always be smiling and always appreciate your cooking and always say good things to you. Because he's your alter ego. So your alter ego will never criticize your ego. But the husband or wife is not alter, it's viraha, virodhan. Virodhan ego, opposite ego, attacking ego, rival ego. So these two egos will always be battling, criticizing, arguing, fighting, disagreeing. That's what makes marriage exciting. So this is a nice point that I just want to bring up. Okay, let's go on here. So now we have verse 31. So, okay, so let's go on here. Let's go on. Verse 42. And it says here, it doesn't say Balaram or Nitai is the guru of the three worlds. Just to remind you. You'll see so many verses in the Shastra where Jagadguru is always Krishna, not Nitai or Balaram.
Yes.
Who's the guru? Who's the first guru in the universe?
Krishna,
Who's the first disciple?
Brahma.
Where's Balaram there? No. Where's Nitai? No. So this verse, 3rd Canto, chapter 4, 32, says, Sri Loka Guru. Sri Loka Guru is Krishna. Uddhava was thus instructed by Krishna, who is the Guru of Bhurabhuvasva, the three worlds, and the source of the Vedas. Yoni says, Shabda Yonina. So, Yonina means womb, and Shabda means transcendental sound, in this case, Sandishta. Sandishta means Sandesh, means variety of teachings and instruction. Sandishta Shabda Yonina. Bhari Ashrama Asadya. Haryam Ej Samadhina. Surya was instructed to go to Bharikashram. He worshiped the Lord, he worshiped Krishna in Samadhi. Samadhi means intense concentration. So read the commentary, Gopal.
Krishna is Guru of all three worlds and is thus the Guru for the inhabitants of Badrikashram through Uddhava. To meet Shrutadeva, Krishna went to Mithila. To kill Banasura and other demons, he went to other places on earth. To take the Parijata flower, he went to Swarga. To bring back the Brahmana's sons, he went to Vaikuntha. And to bring back Devaki's dead sons, he went to Sutaba. He gave the people of these places good fortune by showing them his form and giving teachings. But he did not go to Badrikashram. Remembering the eagerness of the sages there, he sent Uddhava there. In some kalpas, Krishna himself goes there. In that case, he does not send Uddhava there. Samdishta indicates some message was sent. Give this message to Naranarayana.
Okay. So a very interesting point in this commentary. The sages at Badrikashram, what quality did they have? What quality do they have?
Eagerness.
Eagerness. What's the Sanskrit for that?
Lolium.
Lolium. Eagerness. What do they have eagerness for?
To hear about Krishna.
To have darshan of Krishna and to hear some katha, harikatha from Krishna. Sandesh. Sandesh means talk, philosophy, words. Sandesh becomes sandishta. So the eagerness, they want actually to meet Krishna, because Krishna spoke to Arjuna, and they knew about that. And Krishna spoke to Uddhava, and they knew about that also. So they thought maybe he'll come here and speak to us. But he didn't go there. But it shows that if we're eager to hear about Krishna, then Krishna will send someone to tell us about Krishna. So that's why this eagerness and utsaha and enthusiasm and lolium are very important qualities to make advancement in bhakti. Eagerness and lolium. Enthusiasm and eagerness to hear and advance in bhakti will attract Krishna's bhakti. Krishna will be attracted, first of all, and he'll send a representative to satisfy your lolium, your eagerness, and to hear about Krishna and to become Krishna conscious. Because there's a verse in 1861 of Gita that describes that. Ishvara Sarva
Sarvabhutanam hridyesh Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan sarvabhutani antarvidhani mayaya.
Yeah, 1861 of Gita, Krishna says, I am situated in everyone's heart, and I direct the wanderings of every living entity. So when Krishna sees that a conditioned soul is eager and enthusiastic to hear Harikatha and to learn more about spiritual life, that he's in the heart of all rishis and sages and saintly people, so he'll direct those saints to come to your house and try to sell your book. Because I used to sell books. We used to go to apartment houses. We go door to door. We look at the door, there's a name outside on the door, there's the name of the guy around the ground floor, has all the apartments and names. So I say, Mr. Smith, delivery. The guy knows my name. I said, well, hi, Mr. Smith. Like I really knew him for 100 years, how are you? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. He's like, what is this guy? I say, I've been ordered to give this to you by Krishna. So I give him Bhagavad Gita. He said, what are you? What is this about? Oh, your best friend. Was it true? And this and that, and $10 a run. I did it thousand times. It works really good, though. Hey, Mr. Smith, what is your friend? Well, what was it? Haribo. It's Haribo. Mr. Bo. So we tricked him up. So we were sent by the Super Soul to go help that guy. Maybe he didn't know it. He wanted to get help. You have interest in Bhagavad, but we created it by compassion. So it's page 95. Uddhava was endowed with all of Krishna's attractive qualities in similar form. And so he should stay in Bhadarikashram and give knowledge to the world. So Prabhupada has a commentary on this verse. Take a look at that one. 449. Prabhupada said, everyone must be very anxious to know about the mystery of the annihilation of the Yadav dynasty. And that message must have been explained by Krishna to Uddhava and dispatched to Bhadarikashram for the information of Narayan and all other pure devotees of the Lord. Because everyone, how they lead the world. I mean, the Pandavas and the family of Yadavas, they had a fight with Dhritarashtra and all his sons, Duryodhana, and they killed everybody. So no material soldier could kill them. So how they left the planet? So it was a great mystery. The whole dynasty, everyone heard they got in some kind of fight and they all left. So it's so mysterious. So verses chapter 4, third canto, verse 33 to 35. Let's see what Prabhupada says about that verse. Yes, keep this one over here. This one around. Okay, kids. 35, what is 35?
Yes, 33, 35, yes.
36, no,
33 to 35.
I want 35. Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about 35. Read 35.
Atmanam cha kurushreshcha krishnena manasekshitam dhyayam gate bhagavate rudoda prema vifalaha.
Understanding that he was remembered by Krishna while quitting the world, Vidura began to cry loudly, overwhelmed by ecstasy of love. Vidura was overwhelmed by ecstasy of love when he understood that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thought of him at the last moment. Although he thought of himself as insignificant, he was remembered by the Lord. In his causeless mercy, Vidura accepted this as a great favor, and thus he cried. Crying is the last word in the progressive path of bhakti. One who can cry for Krishna in love is most successful in bhakti bhajan. That's pretty good. We start crying, but we forget. Kids cry. How many years do kids cry? Months, years. How many years?
6 months.
A lot of crying. And then they start communicating other ways. Thank you. So for the first 6 months of our life, we cry, and we forget how to cry. Unless we get married. If you don't get married, you'll never cry the rest of your life. When you get married, you'll cry for sure. Cry because you're married, and you break up, you cry because you broke up. But crying is an important problem. It makes you point about crying. What point is this verse in purport about Vidura? What is an important point of this? It's me here. Vidura thought he was insignificant in terms of Krishna's devotees, because they had Arjuna and Pandavas and Gopis. There's a long line of devotees that are much more intimate, much more surrendered, much more close and dear to Krishna than Vidura. He's way in the back of the line. He's not a big devotee. Like on the same caliber or stature of Arjuna and Yudhisthira, or the queens of Dwarka, or the gopis of Nanda. So, what happened there about him?
Krishna.
Yeah, that's the point. Krishna, the last thing when Krishna was leaving his body, he was speaking about Vidura to Uddhava. To make sure Vidura gets this knowledge. That's why Vidura is speaking of Uddhava right now. He brought them together. He directed Vidura to find Uddhava. Vidura didn't even know about this. Then Uddhava told him when they met. He said, I was just came from Vasakshetra, and Krishna was talking about you on his last day on the earth. To me? What's the important point this means to every bhakt, every devotee?
That Krishna remembers everyone, especially who is more humble.
Yeah, that's the fact. That Krishna remembers everyone because sometimes some people ask, well, this devotee died, and he had cancer, he had terminal disease, and he wasn't chanting, and he wasn't speaking, and he was unconscious, he was in a coma. So he didn't remember Krishna at the time of death, so where did he go? So maybe he didn't remember Krishna, but is it possible Krishna remembered him? The answer is yes. Because Krishna tells in Gita, ninth chapter, Konteya pratijani name bhakti pranashati. Pranashati means destroyed. He said, my devotee is never destroyed. So it's the fact that I may be in coma, I may not be able to hear. People are telling me, I'm standing by my bedside, telling me to chant, remember Krishna, Krishnadas, chant Hare Krishna. And Krishnadas is crying and rolling in his bed in the throes of death. And his arms are going this way and that way. That's how Prabhupada left his body. Everyone was shocked. And Narayana Maharaj was there. And he said, you fools, because they thought Prabhupada was suffering in pain. He was throwing his arm this way, that way, like this, the last minutes of leaving his body. And he said, you're all wrong. He was absorbed in the soup. He was dancing in Rasville. So he took it to a higher level of understanding. He said he was not dying in pain, not shaking. Death, it's called death throes, 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 where people roll all over the place and scream and shout. It's very painful for the elements to leave the body. But usually most people are on so many drugs, they just stop breathing. You know, modern people are all on morphine or different kinds of painkillers, so they don't die natural death. But hardly anybody. But because they drug them up so they don't make noise. Otherwise hospitals would be so scary places. So many people are dying in hospitals and people would come to visit somebody and the next room is ah! You know, somebody's screaming. They want to shut that guy up because it's bad PR for a hospital. It's not, so they go to hospitals, it's all quiet. Everyone's drugged up. It's called managing death. But the devotees usually like to die consciously. Anyway, it's a whole another experience. But it's good to hear about these things because it's not a cakewalk, as they say. It's not, walk to the corner store, It's the ultimate test. They say the pain of death, the pain of dying, leaving the body, is like being bitten by 1,000 scorpions at once. One scorpion, your body burns like anything. So, good luck. So the good point here is, we're dying, we're not remembering Krishna, but Krishna remembering us. Just like when Vidura wasn't dying, Krishna was leaving this world, and his last moment he remembered his devotee. So that means that our last moment also remember us. Let's go on further. So chapter 5. So now Vidura has met Maitreya. Where did he meet Maitreya? Oh, you were. So that means before he got to hardware, he was somewhere. And where was he and who did he meet? Where? Maybe Gurugram. So now Uru's left Uru's chapters 4, 3 and 4, he's finished. Now Uru's on his Tirthayatra, he come to hardware. What is the speciality of hardware?
It's one of the 7 moksha.
Yeah, it's a moksha dham. It's a place where you have moksha. Why isn't Vrindavan mentioned as a moksha stali?
It's Premastali.
Mathura.
Mathura Mandal is mentioned as one, which includes Vrindavan. But when I said, why isn't Vrindavan mentioned as a moksha stali? Someone says, because it's Prem stali. Prem dham Vrindavan dham ki.
Jai.
So Prem is higher than moksha. So my tray is sitting on the bank of the Ganga. Nice place to sit. Rishis usually hang out in holy places. Kumbh Mela's over now, huh?
No, till Shivratri.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. So party's going on, huh? Okay. Turn 104. This is the third canto, chapter 5, verse 12. It talks about Mahabharata. Vyasadeva wrote Mahabharata to attract people to Harikatha by talking about material topics. The essence of Mahabharata is Harikatha. In what form?
Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Bhagavad Gita. How many verses is Bhagavad Gita?
700.
How many verses is Mahabharata?
1 lakh.
Yeah, buddy. How many? 100,000 many. How many verses in Srimad Bhagavatam?
18,000.
How many verses in Padma Puran?
40,000.
60,000.
60,000.
So there. So last paragraph in the Mahabharata, read it.
In the
Last paragraph, page 104.
In the Mahabharata, lust and greed are described to purify people's hearts and are moreover condemned by stories with pure meaning. Otherwise, why would the most merciful and learned Vyasa describe lust and greed, the cause of bondage to terrible material existence?
What does that mean? Where is she describing lust and greed and what pastime? He's describing, Vyasadeva is describing lust and greed in Mahabharata, and also anger and envy. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mada, Matsarya. So why is he talking about lust and greed? That's going on. What's the advantage? It's supposed to be a book of Harikatha. So why is he talking about that? It tells right there.
Krishna is
The answer right there. What's the answer? Why in Mahabharata does Vyasadeva describe pastimes and stories depicting the qualities of lust, anger, greed, envy? To condemn them, to say these are not good. He's not promoting them like modern movies. Modern movies are like a modern form of Mahabharata. They're entertainment. old days people were entertained by reading books, Ramayana, Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is full of lusting and greed, killing, murders, everything, poisoning, bribery, everything's going on, cheating, kidnapping wives, everything's going on there. Immorality, stripping, everything going on there to condemn them and to discourage those qualities which keep people bound in samsara and send people to hell out of human form of life. So this is the idea. Whereas modern movies today promote, any movie you see, what do you always see in a movie? You're always wearing no clothes, and they're always smoking cigarettes, and always drink in their hands. So the movies are promoting smoking cigarettes, drinking, murdering, and all kinds of dirty, immoral behavior. So that's the modern Mahabharata is Hollywood. Hollywood movies, Tollywood, Bollywood, Collywood. It should be called Mayawood. We should rename Hollywood Bollywood Mayawood. Okay, because they tell the stories, we also has preaching, gives kata in there to discourage. He speaks directly in Mahabharata to discourage these things, to establish dharma and righteousness, and satyam, truth, and pure behavior. Okay. Okay, let's go on here. Page 109, verse 21. Read the Sanskrit.
Bhavan bhagavato nityam sammata sanugasyaha yasya jnanopadeshaya madishad bhagavan vrajan.
Who's speaking now?
This one is Maitreya.
Maitreya is speaking to whom?
Vidura.
Who's Vidura when he's not Vidura?
Yamaraj.
Yamaraj. So let's see what the Guru says here, Prabhupada's commentary. What verse is that?
21.
521.
Yes.
Vidura, Maitreya Muni said, Vidura, your good self is one of the eternal associates of Krishna. For whose sake Krishna, while going to spiritual world, gave instructions to me. So Krishna instructed two people across the stage. Who were they?
Uddhava and Maitreya.
Who?
Uddhava and Maitreya.
Who Maitreya? Yamaraj is the controller of life after death. He decides the destination of our next life. The confidential representative of Krishna. Such confidential posts are offered to great devotees of Krishna. The Maharaj, is it a name or is it a post?
Post.
Okay. These devatas are as good as Nitya Siddhaparikars in spiritual sky. Because Vidura is one of these parishads. Krishna, while returning to Vaikuntha, left instruction for Vidura with Maitreya. This is an important point, because many people say, oh, these guys are living today or living 100 years ago are Nityas, or Nitya Siddhas. This guru is Nitya Siddha, this guru is Nitya Siddha. The Prabhupada himself says in the commentary on 3rd Canto, chapter 5, verse 21, commentary said, generally, Nitya Siddha associates with Krishna in the spiritual sky do not come to the material world. Sometimes they come, however, by the order of the Lord. So he said, they don't come to this world. They usually only come when Krishna's here. They come to associate with Krishna in person and to propagate the message of God in human society. Such empowered representatives are called Shakti Vaishavatar, incarnation invested with transcendental power of eternity. So what's an example? Who's the example of a Shakti Vaishavatar? Narada Muni. What's the Shakti he's invested with?
Bhakti Shakti.
Bhakti Shakti. What about Vyasadeva?
He also.
Writing.
He is Shakti Vaishavatar, writing. What about 4 Kumaras?
Jnana.
The Shakti Vaishavatar.
Brahma is Srishti Shakti.
Huh?
Brahma.
Brahma also. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Important thing. It's all about Maitreya, when he's talking about Hankar, this came from that, and Matava and all this stuff. You can read about it. Very interesting stuff. Page 119. The different devatas are in charge of different elements. So I'll tell the element, you tell me the devata. Air,
Vayu.
fire,
Agni.
water,
Varuna Dev.
okay. Ether.
Indra.
Oh, you're guessing. You're waffling. You're trying to fake me out, but I'm not faked out. You showed very convincingly the wrong answer. So I caught your bluff. I don't know what it
I
is.
went just to guess.
I don't know what it is myself. Somebody, but it's somebody. So this is Prabhupada's commentary on 3rd Canto, chapter 5, verse 38, 37, no, 38. Ete Deva Kala Vishnu. What does that mean? Deva Kala Vishnu. Kala means Amsha. So the Devas are Amshas of whom? Vishnu. Prabhupada's commentary. The conception of various controlling devatas who inhabit the higher planets, they're managing the universe, is not imagination, as proposed by modern stupid scientists. The Devatas are part and parcel of Vishnu. They are embodied by time, Maya, and partial consciousness of Supreme. Human beings and animals and birds, also parts and parcels of Krishna, have different material bodies. They're controlled by such devatas. The devatas should not be despised. They are all great devotees of Krishna, entrusted to execute certain functions of universal affairs. One may be angry with Yamaraj. Not a good idea. One may be angry with Yamaraj for punishing sinful souls, but Yamaraj is one of the authorized devotees of Krishna. A devotee, however, is never controlled by the devatas, but he shows them all respect on account of the responsible positions which they hold as appointed by Krishna. But at the same time, the devotee does not mistake the devatas to be supreme. Only a fool accepts devatas as being equal to Vishnu. Actually, they're all appointed servants of Vishnu. Prabhupada's kind of smashing up devata worship. Like somebody worshiping Shiva, Durga. That's why I just want to say that. Okay. There's big boys in charge up there, so we should be respectful of them. Okay, let's go on here. Page 125, verse 47. The translation says, read the translation.
Others, desiring only liberation, conquer strong material energy by mental concentration and merge with Bhagavan. They become distressed while doing this, whereas in bhakti there is no pain.
That's the main thing. Bhakti, there's no pain. All gain and no pain. Sometimes you may wonder. In the winter time, it seems a little painful to get out of bed. All those warm blankets and weighing, a cold floor is weighing under your feet. Let's see Prabhupada's translation. Let's see what he's talking about, no pain, or what is he going to say? No pain, no gain. All gain and no pain. No tension. Very simply perform bhakti, and thus they feel no pain. So don't complain. There's no pain. There's a commentary by Srila Prabhupada. Third Canto, chapter 5, verse, what is it? 47. In terms of labor, because it says, last line says, Tesham Shraman. Shrama. Shrama means fatigue, tired, labor, worn out, be fried. for lack of a better word. Fatigue, tired, fed up, can't do this anymore. I'm going back to Italy. I miss my wine and bread. Cheese. In the labor of love. So remember, we were doing a labor of love. It's like carrying a baby in your belly. Practicing bhakti. The bhaktas, Krishna bhaktas, always have priority over a person who are addicted to jnanis or yogis. Their operate is very significant. Jnanis and yogis only hope to merge in the Brahmajyoti. Their destination doesn't compare to the devotees. The labor of non-devotees is far greater than the bhaktas. One may suggest there is sufficient labor for devotees, also in a matter of bhakti. But that labor, that hard work, is compensated by enhancement of transcendental pleasure. Seva is the devotees derive more transcendental pleasure while engaged in serving Krishna than when they have no such engagement. Okay, remember that. That's all we gotta say over there. Devotees get more pleasure while serving Krishna than when they're not serving Krishna. So start serving. Okay, let's go on. Page 126, last paragraph. The verse says, read it.
The verse says, they do not become tired of serving.
By serving.
Tired by serving. The proof is the experiencers of bhakti. There are no difficulties for men or women or for persons of any ashram. But even in not having difficulties, there is some sort of pain. For by not attaining service, the devotees suffer greatly. One should not think that by serving you, the devotee enters into you. For this contradicts the previous verse, which states that the devotee attains you, the abode of no fatigue. This is the explanation. Since kunta means weak, as well the word anviyuhu, they attain, would mean meaningless if one argues that the devotees merge into Krishna.
Okay. Chapter 6. Universal form. Describes about creation. And the 23 elements of Mahatattva, Hankara, 10 matras, 5 gross elements, 11 senses. Read verse 3, chapter 6.
So nupravishto bhagavan cheta rupena tam ganam Pinnam samyojayamasa suptam karma prabodhayan. Krishna entering by his Kriya Shakti and awakening the dormant karmas of the jivas combine the elements together.
Okay. Let's see what commentary Srila Prabhupada is on this one. What number is that?
3. 6th chapter.
3. Every individual soul remains unconscious after dissolution of creation, enters into the Lord with his material energy. What form of the Lord did you enter into? Mahavishnu. Those individual living entities are conditioned souls eternally. But in every material creation, those conditioned souls are given a chance to liberate themselves, become free souls. They are all given a chance to take advantage of Vedic wisdom and find out what is their relationship with Krishna and how they can get liberated and what is the ultimate profit in such liberation. By studying Vedas, one becomes conscious of one's position and takes to serving bhakti, to serve Krishna, and gradually promoted to the spiritual world. The souls in the material world engage in different activities to satisfy their past unfinished desires. In other words, there are so many desires that we haven't fulfilled in this life. Every minute we're desiring things, different things. And when we die, we have a whole stockpile of unfulfilled desires resting in our shits and our consciousness. So when we take birth next life, so many of those desires come in front of our face, and we suddenly say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I desire this. We have a whole stock of desires. After the destruction of a particular body, the individual soul forgets everything. But the all-merciful Paramatma awakens the person and reminds one of their past desires. Oh, you want to do this? It's like the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. The devil is my mind. The mind can be the greatest or the greatest enemy. Ari or Bandhu. Ari means enemy, Bandhu means friend. How do you make your mind your friend?
By doing Leela Smaran.
Chanting Hare Krishna, right after. She went Rag Marg here. Supposed Rag Marg. How much of this one are you really doing? Nothing. Nothing.
We just wish to do.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good wish. So Krishna heart reminds us of all those wonderful desires and makes us act in this life, the next life, and the next life. This unseen guidance from within the heart is described as faith. And a sensible person can understand that this condition of material bondage in the three modes of nature. When one's desires are connected to the service of Krishna, then one's life becomes perfect. One is promoted to the spiritual sky to enjoy eternal awakened life. Because when you're not Krishna conscious, you're sleeping. Jeev Jago, Gaura Chandra Vole. Wake up and chant Gauranga. Gauranga. So, let's see what else we have here. Page 135. Interesting commentary here. about the 10 pranas, 10 different pranas, and verse 9 commentary. You want to know about the 10 pranas? There they are. They go up and down every which way. Prana moves forward, it's located in the nostril. Up on prana moves down, it's located in the back. Samana causes absorbing food and drink, it's located in the belly. Udana rise upwards, located in the throat. Udana moves everywhere. Dog. Korma, turtle caused the eyes open. Korma. That's pretty well. There's 5 main life forces and 5 subsidiaries. There are 10 pranas. Okay. So, who is the deity of taste? The deity of taste? Varuna. Who is the deity of voice?
Agni.
Agni. Who is the deity of nose?
Ashwini Kumaran.
God. Still. Who is the deity of eye, vision?
Sun.
Who is the skin deity?
Vayu.
Okay. So fresh air is needed for a good skin. Okay, and there's all different kinds of guys there. In charge of different things. Who is the deity of Hankar?
Shiva.
Rudra, Shiva, verse 25. Who is the deity of mind?
Chandra.
Chandra, moon. Who is the deity of buddhi, intelligence?
Brahma.
Brahma. Who is the deity of Chitta?
Vasudeva. Vishnu.
Vasudeva, Vishnu. When Chitta consciousness appears. That's interesting. Why do Brahmins eat so much? Why do Brahmins eat so much?
Brahmins.
Why do Brahmins eat so much? Verse 30 is the answer. Verse 30 is the answer. What's the answer?
Because they born from their mouth.
They appear from mouth.
They appear from the mouth of Ratharupa.
Maybe because they always are supposed to speak the Vedas.
I don't do that. It's evening. Okay. From the arms of the universal form, who is born?
Kshatriya.
Okay. From the thighs, who is born?
Vaishyas.
Okay. From the feet, who is born?
Shudras.
So that idea of divisions of society have different, what we call caste, is eternal. It's not some Hindu thing or some Indian thing. It's everywhere in the universe. There's 4 groups, naturally, divisions, this arrangement of Bhagavan, God. Read verse 34.
एते वर्णा स्वधर्मेण यजन्ति स्वगुरुं हरिं श्रद्धयात्मा विशुद्ध्यार्थं यज्जाता सह वृत्तिभिः.
This is one of the important verses of this chapter, chapter 6, 3rd Canto, verse 34. All these 4 varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, appear with their work and jobs from the Virata-rupa universal form. They all faithfully worship Hari as their Adi Guru by performing their duties for the purpose of purification. So let's see what verse 35. Let's see this verse 6:35. Read the Sanskrit 35.
एतत् क्षत्रर्भगवतो दैवकर्मात्मरूपिणः कः श्रद्धयाद् उपाकर्तुं योगमायाबलोदयम्.
Oh, Vidura, who's speaking? Maitreya. Who can estimate this 35? Who can estimate the or measure the transcendental time, work, and power, potency of the gigantic form manifested by the internal potency of Krishna? So Yogamaya here means internal potency. So he's saying Ratarupa is manifested by internal potency. Anyway. So in other words, Yogamaya is the source of Mahamaya. That's basically what it's saying. Okay, let's see. Wonder.
Haridas.
Big wonder. Last verse of the chapter 6, page 150, read Sanskrit.
इतो प्राप्य न्यवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह अहं चान्यै मे देवास्तस्मै भगवते नमः.
So this verse, Maitreya is admitting that it's very difficult to understand Bhagavan. So he's just offering respects. Because he's saving even Brihaspati, who was the guru all the devatas, even Rudra and others cannot understand Krishna, and they gave up. So he said, I don't know, I really don't understand so much about all the complexities and depth of Bhagavan's powers and opulences, so I just offer respect. That's what he's saying. Tasmai Bhagavate Namah. So in the commentary, he makes a point that Krishna is everywhere. And he quotes Rig Veda, Tad Vishnu Param Param Sada Pashanti Yat Surya. So he's always see the supreme form of Vishnu. So this is a verse from Rig Veda, which is used to, this verse is the whole big verse, to worship the sun god. Om Tad Vishnu Param Padam Sada Pashyanti Yat Surya. So there's a verse to worship Surya Dev. And in that verse, the verse is saying, in its sun planet is also Narayan. It's called Surya Narayan. So when I see the sun, I see Krishna. So it says, you always see the form of sun. He says, Vishnu Parama Padam. I always see the topmost feet of Vishnu when the sun manifests. Sada Pashanti Surya. Sada Pashanti. Whenever I see the appearance or manifestation of Surya, I think of Vishnu. So this is the idea. We always try to see Krishna everywhere. What's that verse in Gita 6:30?
पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं शनैः पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति.
So that's the conclusion of Maitreya's teachings on that chapter about creation and whatnot. Now we have chapter 7. And let me see if I have prepared this. I haven't prepared for chapter 7. Are you prepared? No. So, next week, continue your preparation as you're doing every week. And read chapter 7, 8, and 9. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Let me see a pen. Oh, I know.